What's happening, everyone? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host Jan. I hope you're all doing well. Today we are talking about Chelsea goalkeeper and Spain's number one, Kepa Arrizabalaga. That's how the Spanish say it. But before we get into today's video, as per usual, I would like you guys to hit the subscribe button and the bell notification icon as well. Only if you enjoy my content, because otherwise it's a pointless exercise, but hopefully you enjoy my content. After Thibaut Courtois failed to make good on his promise to Chelsea Football Club about staying and signing a new contract, he went on strike, didn't turn up to training at Cobham, forced his move away from SW6 and slithered his way all the way to Real Madrid. Turns out he did that only to endure an awful season at Madrid. Well, what can I say, big man? Karma is a bitch. Chelsea had to act fast, so they ended up triggering the release clause for Atletico Bilbao keeper Kepa Arrizabalaga. Now, although Chelsea had been scouting Kepa for a while, even if they figured they'd be buying him to replace Courtois sooner rather than later, they never would imagine they'd have to pay the release clause of £72 million, a world record fee. But I tell you what, he looks quite the player, and we're going to get into that in this video. Kepa might not be as tall as Thibaut, but I tell you what, he is made in the model of the modern day goalkeeper. He's an amazing footballer with his feet, as well as being an athletic shot stopper. He's great at saving shots with his feet, something Courtois wasn't, great at when he was always getting nutmegs because he was so sort of tall and lanky. But he's also amazing at distribution, and whether it's short or long passing, which was an attribute that Thibaut Courtois did not have. Arrizabalaga is also very good at playing out of the press in his own 18-yard box. He doesn't panic much, and he's used to opponents pressing him and him being able to play out, as well as actually being a really good sweeper, coming in, getting on the end of balls, not just sweeping the ball away, but making that into an accurate long pass. Like I said, the modern day goalkeeper. Like I just mentioned, he has pulled off some great saves, demonstrating athletic cat-like reflexes this season, but he was also the penalty shootout hero in the Europa League semi-final, which actually went on and saw them win that title. Chelsea FC, I mean. So, bit of a cult hero already in that sense. His impressive performances for Chelsea FC throughout the season has actually seen him dethrone David De Gea for the Spain's number one spot. So yeah, Kepa Arrizabalaga is now the Spain number one goalkeeper. Pretty impressive. Amongst all this, I have to mention Kepa-gate. Yes, the scandal, the farce it was. I was actually there at Wembley. Couldn't really believe what I was seeing. I've never seen anything like it. Dramatic and arguably, well, it shouldn't have happened. It showed a great amount of disrespect to the coach. There's no evading that. But interestingly, and upon reflection, this was an incredibly important part of Chelsea's season last season. Actually galvanised the squad. Sarri came out and said this, and so have a bunch of players saying, the drama, the papers, they felt like people were turning against him, when really there was a good camaraderie and unity in the squad. Apparently it brought them closer together. Kepa obviously came out and apologised a few different times. He actually learnt English, which is a really good thing for a new foreign player coming to the Premier League. Apologised on different platforms. He got fined by the club, and the money from that fine went to charity, and all the sort of right processes happened in that sense. But Kepa did learn from this experience. He said he did, and sort of demonstrated that as well. From that penalty shootout that didn't quite go his way, he said he learnt a lot from it, and that's one of the main driving forces which ended up in him doing such a great performance in the Europa League semi-final penalty shootout, where he was the hero and made those two excellent saves. The fact of the matter is, Kepa is a really strong character, and I think that sort of fed into the Kepa-gate situation. He wants to be on the pitch playing for his team. He's a very strong character. He's commanding, he's vocal, he never shies away, and for a young lad who's just touched down in England, that's a really promising sign. And by all accounts, it looks like Chelsea Football Club have a very strong-minded young goalkeeper for years to come, which is positive. We all learn and grow from these experiences, right? So I've given you some of the narrative from Kepa's arrival at Chelsea. Let's take a look at some numbers. Goals conceded. Kepa conceded only 39 goals last season in the Premier League, and that's third place for a goalkeeper, only behind Edison and Alisson. And if you think about the sort of unsettled defence on front of him, that is actually really impressive. And I want to cite the capitulation from Chelsea as a team sometimes, which reflect poorly on Kepa, like the Bournemouth and City results, which saw Chelsea concede 10 goals in 2 games. That, you know, if you take that down to, say, a more realistic 4 goals with the City and Bournemouth result, maybe even 3, say if they lost 3-0 to City and didn't concede against Bournemouth, I mean, that's a bit more realistic. Suddenly those numbers are looking a lot better. But 39 goals in the Premier League is still a good record for Kepa. In the Europa League, Kepa only conceded 8 goals, which is again very impressive, and I know you could argue about how good the opposition is, but you still got to make the saves and keep the clean sheets. So on average, Kepa concedes a goal about a game every 90 minutes, which generally is a good record. And again, I want to reiterate, if you consider how the team on front of him are unsettled, they're playing a new defensive system with a back 4 after 2 years under Conte, so not only have they reshuffled the system and the approach, the play style, personnel was switching a bit, and again, if those 10 goals weren't conceded in those 2 games due to the sort of team capitulation, that wasn't Kepa's fault. It would not be a goal every 90 minutes, it would be something much better. But a goal every 90 minutes is still decent enough, it's good. But without those 2 games, it would be a lot better, and probably twice as good as David De Gea then. Still much better than David De Gea. But, you know, I don't want to bring him into this video too much because, bless him, he's gone a bit downhill. Clean sheets. In the Premier League last season, Kepa Arrizabalaga, that's still difficult to say, managed to keep 16 clean sheets, which is very, very good. Again, third only behind Alisson and Edison. And to reiterate again, if you look at how settled Liverpool and City are with their systems and personnel and how good their defenders are, a very, very good record from Kepa there. And in the Europa League, he kept 7 clean sheets, which is pretty good, you know, but he sort of did what he was expected to in that competition, but, you know, decent enough from the young Spaniard. Let's look at some passing. Kepa is a really good shot stopper. Like I said, he's got those sort of cat-like athletic reflexes and he's good at saving goals. But what he is really, really good at is football, and he's superb at passing. Across all competitions last season, Kepa Arrizabalaga, fucking hell. Across all competitions last season, Kepa kept a passing accuracy average of 85.5%. Very, very good for a goalkeeper, and I want to sort of highlight how good this really is. I know he played a lot of passes and saw a lot of the ball, but he wasn't always just playing back and forth between a centre-back. Like I said, Sarri's team want the opposition to come right up into the final third to bait them out. So he was playing out of the press in stressful situations and still constantly making accurate passes. But get this, he also does 6 accurate long balls per game. So he's not just making short, easy passes. He can do the sort of playing out of the press, short, intricate, fast-thinking passes, but he also can do the long-range marksman sniper passes, spraying long balls out to wingers or strikers. When it comes to passing, Kepa can do it all. And like previously stated a couple of times in this video, this really is just testament how he is in the mould of the modern day passing goalkeeper. Anyway, that's enough of the numbers. So upon reflection and in hindsight, Kepa was an excellent purchase for Chelsea. And you know what? What is testament to him doing really well in his debut season is, people haven't spoken about him being the goalkeeper that cost a world record fee. Just that factor alone is gagging for a headline throughout the season if he makes a blunder. You know, and the fact how that hasn't come up is just a really good sign. He's done really, really well, and he's got the right attitude. He's immersed himself fully into the squad. You know, he's got all the right attributes to do well in the Premier League in its current climate. So Chelsea fans should be very, very happy with Kepa Arrizabalaga. There you go, nailed the pronunciation. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. I really hope you've enjoyed my video on Kepa. If you did, please like the video. That would mean a lot. And you know what? I'm really interested in hearing everyone's opinions on Kepa. Get down in the comments, let me know your thoughts. Whether you're a Chelsea fan or not, talk about goalkeepers, comparisons. I'll be interested to get involved in the conversation. Are you happy with Kepa? Are you happy with my channel? Subscribe if you are. Tell your mates I'm trying to grow, and I really appreciate all the support that you have offered me since starting my channel. So I'm going to leave it there, guys. Enjoy the football. I'll see you later.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy talk. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought. Body bag the verse, outlined in chalk. In my life seen trouble, hustle on the double. Silence on the trigger like my pick got a muzzle. Yo, chick like to guzzle, bad boy stay in trouble. I only love this paper, sorry I don't. I laugh me, baby.